Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Today, I'm going to be doing the KWB Wealth Technology tutorial. My name is Rachel Bubb. I'm an advisor here at KWB Wealth. I've worked with some of you guys, and today the whole goal is just to show you all of the platforms that we offer to you guys as clients and making sure that you understand where to go for what, and then how to use the platforms to their full capabilities, because we want you guys to be able to take advantage of what we have and feel comfortable using them. So just so everybody knows, this will be recorded. And with that, I'll go ahead and get started. Oh, and if you do have questions, we will take them at the end. So all I ask that you do is you find the little Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. If you scroll down at the screen share, and then just type in your questions as they come about, and we'll make sure to answer them at the end of the tutorial. So what you guys should be seeing now is the KWB Wealth website. The best place to go and access all of our portals and get to where you need to go is by going directly to our website and clicking Client Login. Under Client Login, you have different options. So LPL Account View, that's here at the bottom, our Client Portfolio, and then our Live Well plan. The Your Meeting, this is if you guys are going to be doing a screen share or a virtual meeting with us. Typically, the advisor will get on the phone with you and have you go to our website to connect. And so you'd go to Your Meeting, Connect Now, and then we'll give you a code over the phone to log into the meeting. But today we're going to be focusing on these three other platforms that we use. And first, we're going to get started with LPL Account View. So you'll click Login. Let me just get You'll type in your username, and then you'll get sent directed to this page. If you do forget your password, go ahead and just click Forgot Password. What will happen is the username that you typed in, whatever email is linked to that username, that email will get a reset link that you'll go then and click on the link. And you're going to be directed to put in an account number and the last 4 digits of your social security number, or whoever's social security number of the account you're trying to access. This is typically where clients give us a call to let us know that they don't know their account number, which is totally fine. Just give us a call. It's really easy for us to pull up your account number and then walk you through the steps. But I know my password, so I'm going to type in and this is LPL, this is Account View. This is where you would go if you need to get account statements or your tax documents or to see any documents related to your account. That's really the only reason we recommend going to Account View. And then the other reason you'd go here is to elect to go paperless. So in Account View, where you're really going to live is under Documents and Statements. In this tab, under statements, you would just click the year that you're trying to find the statement. We'll go to 2020. And then all of my statements are going to be shown here for the year. So if I needed them, I could download it, and it's just pretty simple that way. If you wanted to find documents for certain accounts, then you'd click the Documents tab. This person, we have our marriage certificate that is uploaded to this account. So if you needed to find your account application, or if you wanted to see what beneficiaries you had on file, this would be a place that you could go to. And then lastly, just the tax forms. So the tax forms, this is what we get a lot of comments or questions about when tax season rolls around, asking when can I expect my tax form, all of that. So LPL sends them out in the mail, and they just go out in different tranches. The best and quickest way to access your tax document or your 1099 is by going to your LPL Account View and going to tax forms. That's where you're going to get them the quickest. Then the next thing too that a lot of clients ask us about is going paperless. So Account View is where you're going to elect to go paperless. Unfortunately, we cannot do that for you, so you do have to log into Account View to do it. Over here on the right side, you'll see Go Green Paperless. What you'll do is you'll just click Sign Up. And it'll take you to this page where you can elect a few options. You could say, I want to go 100% green. By doing that, then you just need to click that you understand that you're opting out of paper statements. Or if you want to still get statements in the mail, but you don't want the trade confirmations or the prospectuses, all you have to do is just click the items that you would like to receive electronically, and then you would click save. If you, again, want to go 100% paperless, you could click all of them and click save. And then what's going to happen is you'll just have to confirm, yes, I want everything to go paperless. And there you go. If something happens and you didn't go all the way paperless and you're still getting documents, give us a call. We'll figure out what's going on. Sometimes not all accounts get linked to have the paperless option, but we'll help you figure that out. So again, this is LPL Account View. And just to remind you, the only reason you go to LPL Account View is if you need to retrieve tax documents, account statements, or you want to elect to go paperless. The next place I want to go is to our KWB Client Portfolio. So you'll click Portal Login. And here, this is just the home screen. I'm going to get my... If you forget your password and you need to reset the password for here, you would just click Forgot Password, but it is a little bit different from our other accounts. Unfortunately, you cannot reset it on your own. We get an email sent to us saying that so-and-so is trying to reset their password. And then we have to manually go in and do it and help walk you through the steps. So that is one unfortunate thing about this platform that we use, but we are pretty responsive and we'll get to it as soon as we can. And if that ever happens and you're in a rush, you could always just give us a call and we'll walk you through the process. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. Now the client portfolio, our KWB portal, the reason you want to go here is for all of the robust reporting. So if you want to see your account breakdown, your account performance, your risk tolerance, your asset allocation, this is the place to go. The KWB, this is where you'll get directed. This is the home screen. And the overview, you're going to see all of your accounts and how they're asset allocated. So of all three accounts, this person is asset allocated as 68% in stocks, 30% or 32% in bonds and money market. You can always break it down and get into the individual accounts just by clicking them. All of your accounts are going to be listed on the left-hand side. You click down these arrows that I just clicked up, it also shows you what model you're in. So a lot of you are, if you have several different accounts, are probably in several different models that we have here at KWB. So you can always go in and see in which account, what models you have in that account. Then we're going to go to performance. So this is typically why most people would go here. Performance is going to show you how the accounts are doing. Now, this one is broken up by just looking at registration. Again, you could do it by account. You could do it by asset category, asset class, or model. But what I want to focus on here is that the dates that you can choose are, you can change it by using these two boxes here. So you just click in and you could say, hey, I want to see it based on, we'll go all the way to January 1st of 2020. And I want to see it to the end of last year, so December of 31st. Then you click refresh. Takes a while, it's loading in the bottom right left-hand corner. You can see it's loading the data. And then there you go. So you can choose what time frame you want to see performance, and that's how you would do it there. If you wanted to see it by model, you would just click model, and it's going to load the data for us. So now we can see it by models, how they did based on that time period that we selected. So from all of last year, this is how the individual models did for this person. So you can really get as into it as you want. Even if you click open into this little caret, you can see the individual positions or the holdings of this model. Unfortunately, you are going to see past holdings. That is something we can't not show in the reporting of your performance and of the account. We have to have that as a history, but will be able to see, okay, how much is in each asset group. The next place is if you ever want to see about your risk tolerance. So a lot of you, majority of you, we've had you in the office or over a screen share, and we ask you to take our Riskalyze quiz. So that's the quiz to get into your head, see how you feel about volatility, and what we come up with is your risk number. So the risk number is going to be reported through your client portfolio. So this person scored a 28, but you can see that his portfolio is actually scored at a 61. So with all the accounts in there, this person's portfolio is a 61. You can see a breakdown of the different scores on the account. So, maybe his IRA is a little bit less stocks to bonds, while in other accounts are being a little bit more aggressive. So you can see the breakdown of how the risk score is spread throughout the different accounts. That is the KWB client portfolio. Again, this is where you're going to come if you want to see your account breakdown, if you want to see performance, risk tolerance, or asset allocation. This is the place to go. Lastly is our KWB Live Well plan. So if you ever forget your password for your Live Well plan, all you do is click forgot password, and this account is much easier. They will initiate the resetting of the password for you. You'll get an email and you go through the steps with them. So we don't have to be involved in that one like we do with the portfolio, the portfolio. So once you log in, this is your Live Well plan. What you're seeing here is William and Joanna sample. We have everything linked. We have their net worth, their investments. So everything that we do, or even outside accounts that you might have, you can pull in here and have it all being reported in this one platform. So in order to do that, you would click and add an account. So if you wanted to link your employer 401k, this is how you would do it. You would go add account, click investment, and then select the type of account it is. So maybe it's a traditional 401k. And then what it's going to do is take you to type in the institution that it's held at. So maybe it's held at Fidelity or Nationwide. Then you'll be directed to that site where you'll type in your credentials, the username and password, and then connect this account. So then it will be reporting in your Live Well plan. You can also connect your bank account, your credit card statements. You can really connect whatever you want if you want to see the whole, financial picture for you. Then there's also a lot of reporting that we get, that we do in here. So if you guys come into the office or we've done a meeting with you in the past, typically we go through your balance sheet, we look at your cash flow. Well, all of that you can see on your own as well through the Live Well plan. So if you click into net worth, it's going to take you to the reports tab. And under report selection is that we're looking at our balance sheet. And you can decide, I want to see it as of my retirement year, my last year, or maybe a specific year. We'll click on retirement year, and it automatically updates to show you what your balance sheet would look like in retirement year. If you want to select a different report, just click the drop down here in the left-hand corner, and you click cash flow is something that we look at a lot with our clients. You would click cash flow. And again, you could select what year you want to see it in. And maybe if you want to see it in all years, and then you would scroll down and there's your report. Then you can also even go into each of these, the blue highlighted tabs. You could click total expenses to see a report of your expense breakdown. So for this person, for example, we see his living expenses, the liability payment, the mortgage, and then you're also going to see your taxes paid. So you can really get into as much detail with this as you'd like as well. I really encourage people, if you do have this and you're interested, just play around with it and see what reports come up. And then if you go through it and you have questions, feel free to always give your advisor a call and we'll walk you through the report that you're seeing and explain it to you. Another thing is the organizer. So for some of us, we like to really, do the budgeting and the itemizing of our expenses. You can do that into this report as well. You click into income, expenses, and savings. And you can add in as many itemized items as you want. So, for this person, we've added in some bills. If we wanted to add in maybe their, insurance premium, some of the stuff already pops up, but maybe it's a business expense and the amount is, $8,000 a year. So you can add all these things and then it's going to be reported into your plan. Sometimes if things change with you throughout your life and we haven't met in a while, or we haven't met that year yet, and you want to just look at your plan, you can make updates on your own. So you could say, hey, maybe William's earnings changed. He can come in and update them on his own, and then it will be reflected in the reporting of your plan. So there are things that we need to do as an advisor for your plan if you want to see some things, and you would just give us a call and we can do that. But there is other items in here that you can plug in on your own and make it more, I guess, real life to you. If you've had life event changes, you can change them in here. Another thing that is great about the Live Well plan is our vault. So the vault, this is what we use with a lot of clients to share documents securely. Sometimes we can do the secure email, but we have run into issues where the secure email doesn't go through, or we have trouble finding or logging in and accessing the secured email. So the Live Well plan is where we like to share our documents. So what you do is you go to the vault, you click into shared documents, and then you would click upload here in the corner, and you can upload a file or a folder. I'm just going to click and upload a file. Click open, and then it's automatically going to come in here. We will be able to see this. So anything within shared documents, we can see those documents. So if we need to send something to you, this is how I like to do it. And then if you need to share something with us, we can do it this way as well. The other great thing is that you can use this as your own personal file storage. This is all cloud-based, so it's secure. It's one of the most secure file storage systems out there. So you can do your own saving as well. If you save into your private documents, we cannot see it. So this is just for you and your own security, whatever you want to put in here. For me, for example, I put in anything to do with maybe my house. I put in my tax documents, a lot of personal private information that, like some of that stuff that you put in a freezer if, because you don't want it to burn in case there's a fire. Those documents I like to save in here so I have access to them wherever I am, and then I don't have to worry about them, in case of an event that they might get destroyed. So really encourage you guys to use this to your advantage, and just, we have all these softwares for you guys. So that's partly why we're doing this presentation as well, just so you guys know, wow, I didn't know I had all this capability. That's part of the service. Then the last thing that's pretty cool about the Live Well plan is you can connect your client portfolio. So that was this website, right? You can connect the client portfolio to your Live Well plan. So then you only have to do a single sign-on. You go to this little star at the top here, and it says Orion single sign-on. Click into there, and then you're going to be directed to input your client portal username and password. So just use the same as I did over here. So I'll type in my username, password, and you click connect. And there you go. So now it's all connected. So when I log in, I can click out of here if I don't want to see it, but I'm in my Live Well plan. Now I should always just be able to go to the Orion single sign-on and get directed to my client portfolio. I highly recommend doing that. If you have both of them, then it makes it a one-stop shop for you to access at least 2 of our sites that that are available to you guys as clients. The only thing is account view, we cannot link that. And we really can't get away from not having our documents and statements reported through there. It's a security measure. It's, we can't handle, we're not allowed to be doing the reporting and the document generating for you. And that's for your own security and protection of your assets. So that is why we don't do that. So you will always have to log into LPL account view to get documents and statements. So with that, let me just summarize our different platforms. So what we talked about today again was LPL account view. So hopefully you guys can see. Let me just make sure. Okay. So you should be able to see in the screen, it says that LPL account view. So this is where you're going to go again for account statements, your account documents like your application, your beneficiary designations, maybe what bank account information we have on file for you, and then all of your tax documents. Next is the client portfolio. This is going to be where you're going to see the breakdown of your asset allocation, what account models you're in, and the positions held. You can see account performance here, and then see the risk analysis of your accounts. And then lastly, the Live Well plan. So this is where we do a lot of our reporting. If you want to see a cash flow report or balance sheet report, you want to see your net worth, for vault and document sharing with your advisor. And then just again, that one-stop shop. So you can connect all of your accounts there. So again, your 401k, your bank, even the Orion single sign-on, so that everything is really just in one area for you. And if some of you guys do not have, if you don't have LPL account view, if you don't have a client portfolio or even a live well plan, please let us know. Those are things that we need to get you set up with. We want you to have access to. So just shoot us an email and we'll make sure that you are, or give us a call. We'll make sure that you have those accounts available to you. So with that, I'm going to take some questions. Oh, is there an app for the program? That is a great question. Yes. So the client portfolio does have an app. So you would go to the App Store, whether it's on your Android or your Apple phone, go to type in KWB Wealth, and our little icon should pop up, the little tree. So you can see it in my, even in my little, yeah, just our little tree, as most of you guys know it. So it's the tree, and that will be just for the client portfolio. If you want to do an app for the Live Well plan, there's no app at this moment in time. They're working on making one, but you can create a link on your home screen to the Live Well plan. I will be honest, the mobile version of the Live Well plan isn't that great. It's much easier to navigate the Live Well plan on the desktop. Do we have a two-factor authentication? Excuse me. Yes, you can set that up on your own Live Well plan. I'm not sure about the KWB portfolio. I'll have to check into that. As far as I know, at least for the Live Well plan, you can do the two-factor authentication, the two-factor thing, and that's going to be on your end to set up. Does each of those have their own password? So I recommend you get to choose your password and your user. Well, we pick your username and usually we do your email, but you can type in your own password. So I recommend using the same password, honestly, for all the accounts. That's probably not the most secure thing, but it just makes it easier for you guys because we do have a lot of platforms that you have access to. But again, if you have, once you do the Orion single sign-on for the Live Well plan, you shouldn't have an issue of having to log into the portal. So you'll just use that one password. If you choose paperless and then need some changes, can I later go back and put everything back to being paper? Yes. So if you've elected to do paperless, you can always go back into account view and elect to go unpaperless to get everything back, USPS mailed. If you need help with that, give us a call, but it would be just the same process where you were on account view and it said that you're 100% paperless. You would just go there and click into some of the options, and then you can elect to undo the paperless option. In the client portal, can you export data such as performance to a CSV or Excel file? Yes, you can. So we're in the KWB portal. If you do want to export data, what you would do is you can go to performance reports. So under reports, you can do, I've done this before. So like portfolio position or portfolio valuation, that's where you would go in to see if you wanted to, the question was looking at performance and stuff. Portfolio valuation is where you'd go in, you click, if you wanted to see it for the household, you could, then you can see what, you can choose what dates you want to do it for. Then you click generate, and then it creates a report for you. We have a Live Well plan set up. Do you have to set up the others? I'm not able to get into others. Okay, so for the person who asked that about setting up the other plans, I can follow up with you on an email. Or you can give us a call, but my email I'll type into the chat, and then we can make sure that you get set up on that. So I'll put that in at the end of, before I end the meeting, I'll put in my email address there, and you can just send me an email and we'll make sure you're set up on the other accounts. And then a question about uploading a private document. If you're in your Live Well plan, you'll click into Vault, and it'll be the same way that you would upload a shared document. So you'll click into your private documents. These folders are automatically created for you guys. If you wanted to change the folder names and create your own folder, you can. New folder, you just create up here, click and then create. But right now, let's say this person asked about uploading a passport. If you wanted to use this folder, click into passports, click upload, files, and then you would go, and then what's going to happen is your file explorer is going to pop up and you would find your passport document to upload into there. I don't think you guys can see my file explorer, unfortunately, when I click upload into the files, but that would be the way to do it. Or you can drag and drop. but I recommend just going into files under upload, and then your file explorer will open for you to add in your document. The last question I received, is there a time delay between the LPL site and the KWB sites? Yes, LPL is going to be more, it's up to the minute. Yeah, it's going to be reported. I think they update it every 20 or 30 minutes. So if you really want more of that live representation of what your accounts are doing, then yes. KWB sites, they update every night. So it's going to be reporting yesterday's values. That's just how, unfortunately, we can't do the market to market like LPL does. We got a question about, I'm not sure about so then you have to manually type in info. Not sure what you're referring to. If you're referring to the Live Well plan, you can add in, again, you can manually type in as much info as you want. When we meet with you or with our clients, we always go in and update the Live Well plan with you. But if you wanted to take the liberty on your own and go in and update things, you're more than welcome to do that. All right, and I think that's all the questions. Let me just type into the chat my email. So if there were any of these platforms that you did not have and you want them, please feel free to email me or anyone in the office, and we'll make sure that you get set up with the portfolio, the client portal, and the LPL account view. And then if you don't have a Live Well plan and you want one, reach out to your advisor, and we are building those for everyone as we meet with them. But sometimes it's just, we haven't met with you in a little bit, or how that works, or maybe it's not the right time yet, but there's always, we can always talk about it. So with that, again, this is recorded. So if you have questions that weren't answered, if you have questions that weren't answered, please email or call. But if you did see something and you need a refresher, this will be available on our website at a later date. So you can always go back and see what you missed. All right. Thank you guys for your time. We appreciate it, and have a great rest of your day.